name is Literary Haley, and I love to talk about books, specifically romance books, where audiobooks are my jam. We are another week down in April, and this week I managed to read 4 books, and I think I've had the best reading week so far this month. I started this week off a little over 50% into Queen Move by Kennedy Ryan. This is book 3 in a series. I will link last week's video if you want to watch that, because I talked about this book a little bit in there, and really my thoughts have not changed on this book. I'm still obsessed with it. The audio was amazing. This is a childhood friends, 2 lovers, second chance romance. They were neighbors growing up. His family moves away, and fast forward, many years later, and they reconnect. This book deals with some really heavy stuff, so definitely check those trigger warnings for that one. This is my favorite in the entire series. If you read one book from any of the series, please let it be this one, because it's so freaking good. There's honestly just something about childhood friends, 2 lovers, second chance romance that just really hits me hard, and Kennedy Ryan did not disappoint with this one. It's super emotional, super angsty, super steamy, and I highly recommend. The next book that I read is Obedience by Liza Snow. I got this as an audio arc from NetGalley, and I'm obsessed. This is a forbidden age gap romance between a student teacher. It's more so mentor, protege. She's like his teacher's aide, and the setting revolves around circus lives. They are both silk aerialists. Matter of fact, the FMC not only had her family who was involved in the circus, but she grew up watching the MMC perform. So really good. She gets signed on to basically help him teach other students, and they have this instant connection that they can't fight, but it's basically student teacher, so it's very forbidden, can't be happening, can't be done. And this one is also a lot more than just the romance. There is a lot of suspense in this one, which was very unexpected. This is also a bit of a slow burn. Nothing really happens until about the 50% mark, but up until then, the tension and the angst is there. The audio is freaking phenomenal. I highly, highly, highly recommend. This is a full narrated audio with SFX sounds. You are really immersed within the world. I've done audios like this before in the past, and I found them to be very overwhelming. This one is so subtle that I literally felt like I was watching a movie in my head, and I was obsessed. The next book I read is Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer by Lucy Faust. I got this as an audio arc from NetGalley, and this is very short. It is Dino erotica. The author's main inspiration is Chuck Tingles. So if you've read any Chuck Tingles books before, you are absolutely going to love this. This book is unhinged. Nothing makes sense, but that is what is the most fun and enjoyable about this book. It is, in my opinion, a great palate cleanser if you're just looking for a good laugh, a breath of fresh air. This is the one. This is a forbidden romance between a human and a dinosaur. They run away together to start a life, and it's wild. The dino is very bloodthirsty, and if you catch my drift, you catch my drift. Yeah. I love books like this. For me, they're you don't take them serious. It's just strictly to have a great time, and that's what I did, so love. The last book I read this week is Debt by Nina G. Jones. I started this book a little over a month ago. I got about 60% of the way through. I stopped. I just wasn't in the mood. I wasn't vibing, wasn't feeling it, and I picked it up a few days ago and blew through it. So the FMC in this one works at a sex toy company, and she's very good at what she does. She's always had this deep fantasy, grape fantasy, if you catch my drift, and her friend is kinky as well and finds this company where you can live out your dreams. She encourages the FMC to sign up. The FMC does it, and sure enough, this guy shows up and her great fantasies are fulfilled. Fast forward a few days later, another man shows up, and that's when she starts questioning things, because she already had her encounter, so this guy shouldn't be here. And then she realizes that the first guy who came to her wasn't the guy that she hired. He, in fact, is somebody who is out to collect a debt, and the MMC feels as if the FMC owes him a debt. And so Yeah. This one is very dark. There are a lot of heavy triggers in this one, so definitely check that. This is not going to be the dark romance for a lot of people, just given the language and the context, but I was obsessed. I do want to say that the only thing that I did not like about this book was the very end. It fell a bit short for me. I was wanting a little bit more closure. And that is the books that I read this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.